We also wanted to remind you all that the National Lifers Association has a Facebook page. So we're encouraging you all to be certain to check that out. If you ever want to learn more, if you have a loved one and you want to find out more about how they can help, please. And there you go. Amen. Please be certain to go check out their Facebook page. And then last but not least, if you're able and you feel so inclined, we want the rest of the folks to catch the rest of this because there are going to be a few more powerful testimonies coming up. But I would love for you all, if you're able, to do one of those Facebook Lives. And I see folks probably doing a bunch of it right now, but Pastor wanted to be certain. I requested that if you're able, go ahead and do it, because this is information that it's not just for us that came out today. Is it just for us, or is it just for the world? I believe it's for the world. So let's get it out there on that crazy World Wide Web. And so with that, next up, I am going to bring our good brother Lorenzo Harrell. He's also with the State Appellate Defender's Office. Take a second look. Go ahead. 26 years, sir. You look good, brother. Bless God. Bless God.
Hello. Thank you guys for coming out. I just wanted to say that the second look legislation to our community is more like a first chance at life. This brother just said when he went to prison and he walked through the child hall, we all experienced this. We seen a sea of black and brown faces. So it seems,
Go ahead.
okay.
Tell your story.
He's seen a sea of black and brown faces. So it seemed like the war on crime is a war on our communities. And that's just what it seems like. And in our communities, I hate to say this, but it's easier to find a firearm or a gun than it is to get an education. It's easier to find drugs than an opportunity in our communities. This second look legislation is for the guys who never had a first chance, because our first chance was taken away from us from what people has put in our community and that we have become victim of. So I say this second look legislation is really about a first opportunity. I'm a former juvenile lifer. I've been out 4 years. This is my first opportunity. I didn't have an opportunity growing up. I grew up in these streets. I grew up right down there in Brightmoor. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Brightmoor, brother. Yeah. And it was so crime infested, drug infested, and stuff like that. It's hard for kids to grow up in these communities. But when we go to prison, we started learning. We started picking up books. We started doing all these other things. We started broadening our horizons, you know, and then we came out fit, ready to serve our community. A lot of these brothers up here, Pete Martell, Jose Vargos, brother, this sister right here, we serve our communities. Lawana, we serve our communities. We got a lot of brothers out there. I see y'all. Everybody out there who's been incarcerated, juvenile lifers, or whoever, raise your hand out here in the community. Look at these hands. These people out here serving their communities. This legislation is a safe legislation. He just said this brother worked for SADO. I work for SADO. This brother worked for American Friends. This sister worked for American Friends. We are community activists, community servers. And we're not asking people to let people out who's going to pray on our community. We ask you to let the people out that's going to pray with our community. Simple and plain. We ask you to let people out that really deserve, I say the word, that deserve to be home, that has done too much time, because the minute these people have changed their mindset and want to become a servant to you all in our community, they don't deserve to be in that place no more. They don't deserve it. The money that they are spending to keep us in those places is better served in our communities. I looked this up. It costs $7,500 to tear down one of these dilapidated houses, but it costs anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 to keep us incarcerated. Why don't we fund that instead of this? It costs $15,000, and I think that number is inflated. It costs $15,000 to educate one of our children, but $30,000 to $40,000 to keep a person incarcerated. That's crazy. We need to divert some of them funds, that $2.2 billion they spend on incarceration every year, and start cleaning up our communities, so we can have a decent place to stay, where our children can have a playground they can play in and don't fear being shot at or anything, or any type of violence. That's what we need to do. This legislation right here is very sensible legislation. It's very sensible legislation. We're not letting out predators. We want to let out the people who deserve a second chance, who will come out here and serve their communities, like myself, these brothers, this sister, and all the people in the crowd who's raised their hands. And like I said, I'm going to end on this. We ask for you guys to support the second chance legislation to give these guys a first opportunity in life. Thank you.